Hello and welcome to Maths Marathon Series 2, Day 1, Quadratic Equations. Hello children, how are you all? Yes, we have completed Maths Marathon Series 1, right? In which we covered 4 topics like real numbers, sets, polynomials, and linear equations in two variables. Now, from today, we are starting Maths Marathon Series 2, so in which we are going to cover 5 topics from Class 10 Mathematics, right? And we are going to start now with quadratic equations. Right, so the general form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And to find the roots of the equation, you have the methods like middle term splitting, right? And completing the square is another method. But right now for this particular year, 2021 May, that is a COVID batch, right? So this is deleted or this is eliminated. Hence, no need to do the problems based on completing the square method. And the other one is the discriminant formula or the quadratic formula, which is x is equal to root of the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Right, b square minus 4ac, the quantity which is there under the root. So that is called the discriminant. And if you observe the formula here, if the discriminant value, that is b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, that is it is positive, then you will have two roots. x1 is equal to with minus b plus root of the discriminant by 2a. And the other one being minus b minus root of discriminant by 2a is the other root. So, this equation will have two roots if the discriminant is greater than 0 and they are real and distinct. Right? And now suppose if the discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac value is 0. That means this term totally disappears and hence you will have minus b by 2a. That is a unique root, or we call as real and equal roots or unique root. Right? And if this quantity, that is the discriminant, is less than 0, that means you are getting some quantity which is negative under the root. And thus there do not exist any kind of real roots. We call them to be imaginary roots. If at all the roots exist, they are imaginary, they are not real roots. So when it is in class 10 level, we will talk about it as that roots do not exist, that is real roots do not exist. So these are the three cases that we need to study whenever a quadratic equation is given to us. Right? And the two roots are x1 is equal to minus b plus square root of d, where d is b square minus 4ac by 2a, and x2 is minus b minus root discriminant by 2a. So these are the two roots that any quadratic equation we can have whenever discriminant is greater than 0. And now the graphical representation. Case 1, if d is greater than 0, that is, as we have already seen, discriminant is positive, then definitely there exist two roots. Hence, graphically we represent the roots to be like this. That means x can have, that means x-intercepts. There can be two x-intercepts which are both negative, depending on the b and a values, a, b, c values, right? And then next, one can be positive, one can be negative, and both can be positive. So these particular graphs, that means this graph will represent the condition discriminant is greater than 0. Right, now if the discriminant is 0, that means you will have a curve which only touches x-axis. It is not going to intersect x-axis at 2 points like this, because In the above case, you have two roots, whereas now when discriminant is 0, you have only one root. That means the curve touches x-axis only at one point. Maybe here the negative value you will be getting, maybe the root can be a 0, maybe the root can be positive. So that means here the curve touches x-axis only at one point when discriminant is 0, because you are going to get only unique root. And now case 3, if discriminant is less than 0, that means already we said they do not exist any real roots, and they are only imaginary roots. See, therefore you won't see the curve touching, either touching or intersecting the x-axis at any point, right? So these are only imaginary roots. That means they do not exist any sort of real roots. So this is how graphically we can represent the quadratic equation. That means the curve which is defined by a quadratic equation depending on the discriminant values, right? So now in case of no roots or no real roots, graph neither touches nor cuts the x-axis at any point. This is what which is very, very important. So this is the basic theoretical background that you should have before proceeding to solve the problems. And now here, as usual, we are going to solve the worksheet problems, right? The problems which are from previous year question papers and the problems which are repeated in different state boards and central board. Right, and this is going to help all class 10 children to score maximum marks from quadratic equations. Here we go with the worksheet. First one, find the discriminant of the quadratic equation 3x square minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0, and hence write the nature of the root. Nothing much is necessary here, therefore I want to do it here only. Like discriminant d is equal to b square minus 4ac, which is equal to b square is minus 5 whole square, minus 4 into a is 3, c is 2. So that means you got it to be 25, minus 5 square whole square is 25, minus 4 6 are 24, which is equal to 1. So you got discriminant to be 1. So here he is saying that discriminant only you need to find. Yes, we found the discriminant. So write the conclusion as therefore d is equal to 1. And now hence write the nature of the root. That means d is equal to 1, which is greater than 0, implies there exists two roots. Right? There exists two roots, real and distinct. Okay, so this is how we can conclude from the value of the discriminant. Please note it down, pause the video and note it down. Then next one is Shashanka said that x plus 1 whole square is equal to 2 into x minus 3 is a quadratic equation. Do you agree? Right. See, now let us see how it simplifies. See, now here itself we can say that x plus 1 whole square means you are going to get something in terms of x power 2, where the highest power here is 2. Therefore, the equation is of course going to be a quadratic equation. But anyway, we are going to solve and prove that one. So, a square plus b square formula, x square plus 1 plus 2x, which is equal to 2x minus 6. Right, so therefore x square, now plus 2x on this side and plus 2x on this side will get cancelled. So plus 1 minus 6 comes here, it will become plus 6 is equal to 0, or x square plus 7 is equal to 0. Definitely this is a quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. Okay, please note it down. Right, next one. Roots of a quadratic equation ax square minus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a not equal to 0 are. If a becomes 0, automatically it is not a quadratic equation. Why? Because x square term disappears and you will have only a linear equation. Right? So therefore a is not equal to 0 is the most essential characteristic of a quadratic equation. Alright, so now the roots of the quadratic equation, you know that minus b plus root of discriminant by 2a and minus b minus root of discriminant by 2a. Now let's see where the discriminant is same. Here this is not the discriminant, this is not the discriminant, this is not the discriminant, and in this option only you have both discriminants. And now minus b plus root d by 2a minus b minus root d by 2a. So absolutely option D is the right one. Next, find the roots of the quadratic equation x square plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So I think I can do it here only. Now x1 is equal to minus b plus root d by 2a, and x2 is equal to minus b minus root d by 2a. So now in the next line, now x1 is equal to 1 root is minus b is minus 2 plus d is b square minus 4ac, that is 4 is b square minus 4ac minus 4 into 1 into minus 3, because minus 3 is c by 2a, that is equal to minus 2 plus 4 plus 12 is 16 under root is 4 by 2a is 1. So therefore minus 2 plus 4 is plus 2 by 2, which is equal to 1. And now therefore x2 is equal to, I got the discriminant value to be 4 plus 12, which is 16 under root is 4. So minus 2 minus 4, minus 2 minus 4 by 2, minus 6 by 2, which is equal to minus 3. So the next, the other root is minus 3. So one root is 1, the other root is minus 3. So pause the video and note it down. So here I substituted just b square, b is 2 square, which is 4 minus 4 into a is 1 into c is minus 3, because why we are taking minus 3? Here in the general form of the equation you have plus c is equal to 0. So c now here is minus 3. Okay, so by 2 into 1 by 2a, so 4 plus 12 is 16 under root, which is 4. So root of the discriminant is 4. So in both the roots you will be getting that one. So minus 2 plus 4 by 2, minus 2 plus 4 by 2 is 2 by 2 is equal to 1. The other root is minus 2 minus 4 by 2, which is equal to minus 3. See the fifth one. Write the quadratic equation whose roots are 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3. Let me explain it in the notebook, so that there are two methods of solving this one. So fifth problem. So one method. So method 1. Right. So when you know the roots, you will write it as x minus 2 plus root 3 into x minus 2 minus root 3. This is one way of writing the equation. So that means if alpha and beta are known to you, so x minus alpha into x minus beta. So this is the form, right? X minus alpha. Is it clear? So into x minus beta is equal to 0 is a general way of writing it. So we are doing the same here. So x minus 2 minus root 3 into x minus 2 plus root 3 minus of minus plus root 3 is equal to 0. And if you observe, x minus 2 is common in both. So if I take this as a, this as a and this as b, so it is in the form of a square, a minus b into a plus b. Right, so therefore I will substitute as a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. that is x minus 2 whole square minus b square is root 3 whole square, a minus b into a plus b, a square minus b square, here it is equal to 0. So therefore x square plus 4 minus 4x, so minus 2 into 2 into x. Now minus root 3 whole square is minus 3 is equal to 0. So x square minus 4x plus 4 minus 3 is plus 1 is equal to 0. This is one form of writing an equation. Right? So this is one method. So I'm going to teach you the other method also. That is using quadratic polynomial. See, whenever alpha and beta are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial, or alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation, they are also the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Right? So method 2. Right? If alpha and beta are roots, then alpha and beta are also zeros of the polynomial. So when you know the zeros of the polynomial, you will know how to write the general equation of the polynomial, right? So that is k times of x minus of alpha plus beta, x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta, right? So this is what is equal to 0 when you want to make this polynomial as a quadratic equation. So hence now I will be writing, because I know both the roots, that is 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3. Right? So my job here is alpha is equal to 2 plus root 3 and beta is equal to 2 minus root 3. Now sum of the roots is equal to 4. So that is alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is equal to 4. Right? So now I got sum of the roots value. And now let us find out alpha into beta, that is 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3, which is equal to alpha into beta. So a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So therefore that is 4 minus 3, which is equal to 1, which is alpha beta. So now I got alpha beta value and alpha plus beta value. Substituting in this, I will get the quadratic equation as x square minus 4 of x plus 1 is equal to 0. Right? So it is very clear that this is one way of finding the quadratic equation when both the roots are known, and this is the other way of finding it one. Right? So this is the best way when you know the roots, or when you know the sum of the roots or product of the roots also. In both the cases you can use this method. This is going to save your time also. Right? Yeah, please pause the video and then note down. Very important methods. Both methods are important. And second one is very, very important. So now the next one, that is the sixth one. If the roots of the given quadratic equation are equal, that means x1 is equal to x2, or unique root, that is possible only when discriminant is 0. So then the value of the discriminant will be, it is 0. Right? So now let's see the seventh one. It's a little bit tricky, and so you need to solve this. Sum of areas of two squares is 850 meters square. If the difference of their perimeters is 40, find the squares sides. That means sides of the squares. Right? So sum of the areas of two squares is 850 meters square. So now let us assume seventh problem. Let A be the side of one square. Right? That is therefore area A1 is equal to A square. And perimeter P1 is equal to 4A. and perimeter P1 is equal to 4A. Is it clear or not? I am now doubting it. Right. And now, similarly, let B be the side of another square. Therefore, area A2 is equal to B square and perimeter P2 is equal to 4B. So, what is given? Given sum of areas of the squares is given A square plus B square is equal to 850 meters square. And also given difference of their perimeters, that is P1 difference P2 is equal to 40 meters. Now we need to find A is equal to how much and B is equal to how much. This is what the question is. So understanding the question is very, very important before you start proceeding to solve the problem. So now what we got here is two equations. Right, so now this equation you can convert it in A and B. P1 is equal to 4A and P2 is equal to 4B. So therefore, I can write this equation as, right, 4A minus 4B is equal to 40, or rather A minus B is equal to 4 into A minus B is equal to 40. 4 goes 10 times here, so therefore A minus B is equal to 10, which implies B is equal to, right, A minus 10. B is equal to A minus. Now you can substitute this in this equation, right? Therefore A square plus, let this be equation 1, right? Therefore A square plus B square is equal to 850 means, right, A square plus A minus 10 whole square is equal to 850. Let us solve. Plus 100 minus 20A is equal to 850. So A square plus A square is 2A square plus 100 plus 100 and now minus 20A. Let me bring it here. Now plus 100 minus 850 is minus 750, which is equal to 0. Right? Right, now taking 2 common, A square minus 10A minus 750 means 2 3s are 6, 2 7s are 14, 2 5s are 10. So A square minus 10A minus 375 is equal to 0. This is the equation what we got. Now if you know A, you can solve for B, isn't it? So now finding A value, A is equal to minus 10 plus R minus B square minus 4AC. B square is 100, that is minus 10 whole square, minus 4AC, minus of minus, it is plus 4AC. So 4 times of 375. Let me multiply here itself. 4 5s are 20, 2 goes here, 4 7s are 28 plus 2 30, 4 3s are 12 plus 3 15. So therefore by 2A 2. So that is minus 10 plus R minus root 1600 by 2, that is A is equal to, right, minus 10 plus root 1600 is 40 by 2, or minus 10 minus 40 by 2. So minus 10 plus 40 is 30 by 2, which is 15, or the other root is minus 60 by 2 is minus 30. But what is A? A is a side of a square. A side can never be negative. It is negative. Therefore, A is equal to 15, which implies, now what is the relationship between A and B? We got B is equal to A minus 10. We got A as 15. 15 minus 10 is 5. So, therefore, B is equal to A minus 10, which is equal to 15 minus 10 is 5. So, we got sides of the squares is equal to 15 meters and 5 meters. This is your answer. Okay, pause the video for a moment and then note it down. I'll give you a few seconds to do that one. So the first part. Second part, and finally the last part. Now the next problem. Sum of the present ages of two friends are 23 years. 5 years ago, product of their ages was 42. Find their age 5 years hence. 5 years hence means before 5 years. From there again for 5 years, that means the present ages. Okay, so now here some of the present ages of the two friends are 23. So first of all, let us say that let X and Y be the ages. Therefore, X plus Y is equal to 23. This is equation 1. And 5 years ago, it is X minus 5. Right, 5 years ago means 5 years ago product is equal to 42, means X minus Y 5 into Y minus 5 is equal to 42. Okay, so this is what which we have both in hand, right? We have to solve for X and Y because X and Y are the present ages. Right, so now this is the problem to be solved. So in place of Y you can substitute X minus 23, right? So from equation 1, Y is equal to 23 minus 6. Y is equal to 23 minus 6. Substituting in 2, substituting in equation 2, you will get it as X minus 5 into 23 minus X minus 5 is equal to 42. So now X minus 5 as it is, 23 minus 5 is 18. 18 minus X is equal to 42. Now this is 18X. Now minus X square minus 90, and with this one it is plus 5X is equal to 42. Now it is minus X square plus 18X plus 5X is plus 23X. Minus 90 minus 42 is minus 132, which is equal to 0. Okay, right. So now let's take minus common so that our job will become easy. X square minus 23X plus 132 is equal to 0. Right? And now X is equal to minus B, minus of minus plus 23, plus R minus B square is 529. Right, minus 4AC, A is 1, 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12, 1 goes here, 4 1s are 4, it is 528, by 2A is 2. So it is 23 plus R minus root 1, 529 minus 528 is 1 under root is 1 by 2. That is x is equal to 23 plus 1 by 2 or 23 minus 1 by 2. So 23 plus 1 by 2 is 24 by 2 or 23 minus 1 is 22 by 2. That is either 12 or 11. So therefore, if you take 12, right? If x is equal to 12, then y is equal to, what do we have the relationship between x and y? Y is equal to 23 minus x, which is 23 minus 12 is equal to 11. Or if x is equal to 11, then y is equal to 23 minus x, which is 23 minus 11 is equal to 12. So what are the present ages? Present ages are 11 and 12. Clear? Yeah. Please pause the video for a moment and note it down. Second part. This is the last part. So now the next one is find the value of k for which the quadratic equation 4x square plus 5kx plus 25 is equal to 0 has equal roots. Equal roots means implies d is equal to 0. Discriminant is 0. That is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So now substitute that one. B square is 5k whole square minus 4 into a is 4 into c is 25, which is equal to 0. So 425 is 100. This is minus 400. So 25k square is equal to 400. Okay. So therefore k square is equal to, next part, k square is equal to 400 by 25. So 25 in 100 it goes 4 times, in 400 it is 16 times. So k square is equal to 16 implies k is equal to 4. Please note it down. Very direct problem. Next one. Without calculating the roots of x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, explain the nature of the roots. How do we find the nature of the roots? By finding discriminant. So let us find out discriminant. See, always you need to write the formula. Don't forget that one. Right? Minus 5 whole square minus 4 into a is 1 into c is 6. So that is 25 minus 24, which is equal to 1. So here discriminant is equal to 1, which is greater than 0. Right? If discriminant is greater than 0, then you have two real and distinct roots. Okay? So this is how we are going to get the nature of the roots. Without finding the roots, we are only finding the nature of the roots because the question is asked only to find the nature of roots. Right. Now find sum and product of the roots of the quadratic equation. See here, already we discussed quadratic equation, whatever the roots are there are of course the zeros of quadratic polynomial. If you take this one as a quadratic polynomial, right, if you take this one as a quadratic polynomial, then this can be written as x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta is equal to 0, is it not? So therefore now making a comparison, right, alpha plus beta is equal to 4 root 3 and alpha into beta is equal to 9. So what is he asking? Sum and product of the roots. So we got sum as well as product of the roots. Alpha plus beta is equal to 4 root 3. Alpha into beta is equal to 9. So sum of the roots is 4 root 3 and product of the roots is 9. Clear? Right. Suppose in case you don't remember this, you can directly find out the roots, add the roots and find the product of the roots. Not an issue. But this is the best method. Now second one, sum of the roots of 6x square minus 1 is dash. See, applying the same concept here, it becomes very easy. 6x square minus 1 is equal to 0. Here bx term is missing. That means alpha plus beta is equal to 0. Right, because ax square, bx and c is there, ax square is there, bx term is missing. That means b is 0. That means alpha plus beta is 0. So option A. Find sum and product of roots of quadratic equation. The same thing again. Achha, same problem is given. So no need to explain again. Now if the equation kx square minus 2kx plus 6 is equal to 0 has equal roots, then find the value of k. Equal roots. When will you get equal roots? Equal roots are possible when discriminant is 0. That is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. b square minus 2k whole square minus 4ac, a is k, c is 6 is equal to 0. So therefore it is minus 2k square, that is 4k square is equal to 24k. I can cancel k and k. So now 4 6 are, therefore k is equal to 6. We got k value to be equal to 6. Why did we take discriminant to be 0? Because the roots are equal. Okay? Right. Now the next problem, yes, very very important and logical problem. Sum of the squares of two consecutive even numbers is 580. Find the numbers by writing suitable quadratic equation. Let's do it. So this may be asked as an 8-mark question. 15th one. Sum of squares of two consecutive even numbers. First of all, consecutive even numbers are 2n and 2n plus 2. Any number multiplied with 2 gives you an even number. This is general form of an even number. The next even number we will get only by adding 2 to it. So therefore 2n plus 2. These two are the consecutive even numbers. Now what is given? Sum of the squares. Sum of their squares is equal to 580. Sum of the squares is equal to 2n whole square plus 2n plus 2 whole square is equal to 580. This is what which is given, and we need to find out what n is equal to. That means what are 2n and 2n plus 2. These are the things which we need to find, not n. We need to find the even numbers, right? Okay. So now let us simplify this equation, right? Let us simplify this equation. It becomes 4n square plus 4n square plus 4. This is an a plus b whole square formula. So 2 into 2n is 4n into 2 is 8n. Right? 8n is equal to 580. Right, so therefore 4n square plus 4n square is 8n square, bringing 8n here, 8n plus 4 minus 580 is equal to 0, or 8n square plus 8n plus 4 minus 580, that is minus 576 is equal to 0. I think we can take 8 common here, so that it will become n square plus n minus 8. 7 8s are 56. So 7 times 8 2s are 16. So it is minus 72. N square plus n minus 72. This is what the final equation is. Now you have to find out n. So now n is equal to minus b, right, plus r minus b square, that is 1, minus 4ac, minus of minus plus 4 into 2, 4 2s are 8, 4 7s are 28, right, divided by 2. So that is equal to minus 1. 1 plus 288 is 289. 289 under root, I think it is 17, right? So plus r minus 17 by 2, or rather I can say it is minus 1 plus 17 by 2, or minus 1 minus 17 by 2. When you take minus 1 plus 17 by 2, it is 16 by 2. That is 16 by 2 means 2, 8. Or minus 1 minus 17 is minus 18 by 2. That is minus 9. So you have got n two values. When n is 8, right? When n is 8, did we give the information as positive? No, they didn't say as positive even numbers, but they said only even numbers, right? So therefore it can be negative even numbers, right? Therefore hence we can say that this is when n is equal to 8, 2n is equal to 16, and 2n plus 2 is equal to 16 plus 2, 18. These two are the even numbers, right? And now when n is equal to minus 9, then 2n is equal to minus 18, and 2n plus 2 is equal to minus 18 plus 2 is minus 16. So these two are the even numbers, right? Very, very important problem. So pause the video for a moment and then note it down. So with this I'll stop for today, and tomorrow again we'll continue with the remaining part of the worksheet. So as usual I'll be putting the screenshot of the worksheets. If possible, I'll also give the PDF in description. You can go into the description and you can open the PDF link also. Thank you for watching, and please do subscribe and share.